Just thinking, we are. A minute. I hope we're live. Yes, we're live. Welcome back.
Fantastic.
Agoth Doomhand, Skulls of Power, episode
101.
101. So the group is going to roll for recap, right? Huh?
Sure.
I missed last time, so
Yeah.
skip that.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah.
I got 19.
Creativity, you know.
Are we rolling high or low?
That's always high in the sky.
Oh, I forgot we're still in the sky. Hold on.
I got an 18.
I'm just gonna find my dice. I also got an 18.
We should kiss.
No. Don't tempt me with a good time.
Yeah.
1 sec, sorry.
I got a 19, so you guys are safe.
Oh, we're doing a Chris. We might be doing a Chris recap?
Unless Booter.
A
Fritz.
fully detailed Chris?
No.
No, Booter's coming in here.
Yeah.
I
Coming
feel
hot.
it.
Sorry, I didn't. For some reason, all my tabs got closed.
Don't worry one bit. You're going to be doing the recap. It's going to be spectacular.
Oh, it's. Don't worry, Booter will, just like last session, he'll get a nat 20 to do recap.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need that.
Hey guys, check it out! I got a corgi.
Ooh,
Hey!
yeah, let's check that out.
Oh, he's cute.
Aw.
What's the corgi's name?
Yeah, what do we got for a name?
Bingo from Bluey.
Nice.
Oh, cute.
She looks exactly like her.
Aw.
Nice.
Alright, I just have to roll d20. I am rolling.
Come
I
on.
got a 17.
Damn you all. 2 18s and a 17. Alright. So last time on Agoth Doomhand and Skulls of Power, the party just made their way into the Pale Skull Temple courtyard. And having just crossed the bridge and seen the ceremony of the moon, forgot that name, something. We talked to one of the acolytes there and learned that if we needed some more information about the skulls, we should talk to the Loxodon High Priest Beta Webhook. And supposedly the white skull. We would know it's him because he would have a white skull on his head. He'd be somewhere in the temple if we ran into him. But we entered into the temple and found a room with 10 large statues. Very large, 50-foot tall statues. And they had chains hanging from their hands. And there was this like soft sobbing sound in the room. Booterbot went and looked up and looked at one of the statues, and in Gnomish he found the phrase "love binds even through pain." And at the end of the hall, past all these statues, there is a mural on this wall or the door with a big crack. And as we began to move through the room, the statues would attack us as we got close or approached them. And they would... Sorry. And they, when we were kind to each other or helped each other in a way, they would kneel. But during their lashings, we did get a few benefits from being whipped from these chains. But at the end, we found a mural of 2 Loxodon going to embrace, and that crack broke right between them. So we recreated that embrace in the most direct way we could find, to the point of almost fully reenacting the scene on the door in a rather intense way. Then the door opened up. We walked into a large field with some black roses and a pond with some water. And in that pond, there's some red liquid, and there's these stone tablets around it. And in primordial on these stone, it says, we found a note that says, "Love endures through loss." And on these stones, they had the words joy, loss, pain, and renewal. So we mended them together and then placed them in the pool or the offering space in the center, and they fell apart, and then a statue came to attack us. And we killed it. It's no big deal. Then we finally went through to the final chamber, this area, and the skull shows us memories of betrayals that we've had in our lives. And we have to show or describe an act of selfless love that we've had. And when we do, I forget which act of selfless love we had, but a key appeared. And we know that the king is holding the skull in the tomb of Elrond, the pale skull that we're looking for.
Yes.
And all right, trying to remember if there's anything else. Oh yeah, so we leave the temple. We meet the Webhook, Mr. Webhook, Mr. High Priest Beta Webhook, and they're arresting Ebenezer for littering. And tells us if there needs anything, he can send a message and we can come chat.
That's right.
And we find a chest that was being delivered to our ship, but they delivered it to us there in the square. And in that chest of salt and blood, we open up and find the severed head of Ignis, lips sewn with blue thread in a skywood toy.
So you guys had this this box get dropped and delivered to you. On top of it read the language, the words "remember." When you opened it, and you had Zergo's head, which was sewn shut, and next to it was yeah.
I thought it was Ignis's head.
Yeah, Ignis's head. Sorry, what did I say?
Oh, okay. Zergo.
Yeah, Ignis's head. And her lips are sewn shut with a blue shiny thread. Beside her head is the toy that Zergo had with him, and that's pretty much it. There's an elephant or a loxodon. He's just hanging out. The deliverer of, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you know her?"
Stag is crying on his knees.
Just so we're all in the same loop, Ignis was Matt's character from right around the time that Adam, you joined the group. So Ignis's head was shipped in a box to you guys.
And
or
Stag,
maybe not, so we don't know exactly why. Yeah.
Oh, you can ask Stag why he's upset.
But you guys can roleplay that out, yeah.
But yeah, Stag is just crying over the box.
So let's see. Booter.
I put my hand on his shoulder, just in to comfort him a bit, because I don't know who this bitch is, but
I finally got her to like me. Why? That was so much work. So much work. Aw.
Let's see. Matt, what are you doing right now with his boxes open? You see Stag crying. You see.
Head in a box. What's going on here?
Give me
Stag, why are you so upset? It's just a head in a box.
It's her head. It's Ignis's
Who's
head.
her? Who are you talking about?
This beautiful, careless, loving woman who, after so many months of rejection, finally saw some good in me. Gave me a chance.
Matt, give me a as you're looking out. You see this crate. You see a head. You see a baby toy. Give me a nature check.
6.
You see this like little dusty residue in the box. Some of it looks like it's on the top of the box. Not 100% sure what that could possibly be, but it's definitely not just dust or like grime and dirt from like travels. There's some sort of
Well, I'm gonna say I didn't know that this person mattered to you. I'm so sorry. And then I'm gonna
You
climb
had
down.
her eyes mere moments
What?
ago. Your eyes turned to look like hers. Back in the statue.
That was her?
Yes.
I just said the person you loved. I didn't know we'd see her head in a box right now.
And the cigarettes, that was her.
Oh no. I
Buddha
did
bot.
do you think we should smoke another cigarette to commemorate?
I can't make any more today.
I'll smoke a dart with you.
Let's
Adam.
get her back to the boat.
Give yourself some inspiration, Adam. That was funny. Booterbot, give me a who's carrying this thing?
Stagus is gonna attempt to, unless anyone else helps him.
No,
I
I
could
take it
try.
from. Let's take it
I'm
from
not
him.
that strong, but I'm kind of strong.
This guy's clearly fucked up. He's having a hard time.
Booterbot, give me as you go over this thing, what are you gonna look in it? Are you gonna grab it? How are you gonna handle this?
I don't know. I could do like a perception check or something.
Give me a history or a
Sure.
religion, whatever is better for you.
I'll do history. 14.
As you come up to this thing, you see the wording "remember" on it, and your circuits are wired. You have a memory of this because of Ignis, and you just have flashbacks of the time that you had with her, with the blue the blue skull, and then the flat world dilemma in the Underdark, and the gray mind flayers and the blue mind flayers, the round world, and you also remember Zergo being the last of the gray mind flayers per chance, because you guys decided to take him from the past into the present, and that baby mind flayer was pretty much the last gray mind flayer that we know of that possibly survived Striad's invasion when the blue mind flayers. Adam, you were not there for that, but the blue mind flayers infiltrated this old 100-year-old. They went in a time heist, and when they were in the village of Striad, the blue mind flayers invaded, and they were going against the gray mind flayers, and the gray mind flayers and the Underdark gnomes had a sort of like a symbiotic relationship. But but the blue mind flayers were more hostile. And we know from the present that Striad had collapsed, and we know from the present that the gray mind flayer civilization had pretty much died out. But they stole a baby gray mind flayer and brought it to the present, which is what Ignis was holding on to and keeping while you guys went on your adventures. So all that history, Butterbot, you sort of remember. As you guys carry this, Matt, something sort of radiates in your eye a little bit right before we close up the box, and you see that these stitchings are sort of glowing around her mouth. And give me an Arcana check.
Okay. 16.
You see that this radiating stitching on her mouth sort of reminds you of, and you're well versed with mind flayers.
Oh yeah.
You see that the psionic radiance and resonance of this thread gives it off a peculiar mind flayery vibe to it.
I'm gonna try and separate myself from Stag, because he's visibly upset at this point, and I'm just gonna take the other two aside and say, "Hey, is there anything weird about this lady? I'm sensing a little something mind flare related. I'm just a little worried about it. You guys know this? Do you guys know this woman?"
I'm gonna, have the side convo, like keep my voice down so I don't upset Chris or Stag. But I'm gonna say, there's something funny about the strings on her lips. What if we took them out?
I think we should, but I don't want to do it in front of Stag. One of us should distract him.
Hey, Stag. All right, I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna catch on, and I'm gonna do a distraction. I'm gonna say, Stag, come here. You shouldn't look at this.
Look at what? What? Wait, what are you doing? No, stop. Don't.
We haven't
What are
done
you
it
doing?
yet.
I meant no. What I'm saying, you shouldn't look at this. So meta. When I'm saying like, don't keep looking at the head. It's just gonna keep making you sad. Not like don't look at what we're about to do.
We haven't
But
done anything yet either. We're just casually holding the box.
I need to make sure she gets back safe.
Yeah, we'll make sure. But
No,
let's just take a breather over here.
I left her there and this happened. I have to see her.
I'm gonna now physically take him, bear hug him, and say, no, you need a break.
I'm gonna fight you on this.
All right, 25 strength. Let's do it.
Do I get advantage?
I like where this
because
is headed already. I'm just not to get too out of it, but I like where we're going.
Fuck. I got an 8.
25.
So he picks you up and manhandles you over.
This is your captain. Put me down.
And I'm gonna say, Captain. Ah.
Hold on.
Now, as I do that, like, you guys should like cut the strings, see what happens.
I'm gonna yell out, "This is for your own good, and we're doing this for you, sir." And then I'm gonna start cutting the stitches or whatever they are.
As you cut the stitches, something falls out of the mouth.
Stop.
And
You can't see what's happening.
From your
Well, he's telling me to stop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, Adam,
Oh,
I'm gonna need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God.
yeah.
I'm gonna cast command on you.
Oh, now we're talking.
17.
Fuck,
It's in the
that's my
log.
DC. Shit.
He's so upset. He's so upset. His command didn't work. Matt, you cut this this thread on these lips, and a little thing falls out of the mouth. It's almost like plastic. And as you look at it, pick it up, it looks like it's an eyeball from a toy. And next to the head, you see this toy that Zergo had left, and its eyeball is missing.
So I just see a toy and an eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know any Zergos, but I will. Can
It's
I
like a
see
stuffed animal.
Can Stag see me right now?
Not with being manhandled.
Not with those.
He's kicking and screaming, and I'm trying to tell him, like, we're trying to figure out why she's dead.
All right,
Adam is pushing his head into the ground. Relax. It'll be better. This is good for you.
Yeah, he's good in the little man. I'm gonna say that
He's got him in a full Nelson.
If I can clearly see that Stag can't see me, I'm gonna do a little quick peek, and I'm gonna whisper under my breath, "This is for your own good," and I'm gonna autopsy this head. Like, I'm just gonna cut this bitch right open.
Wow, that's hilarious. The head just is a normal head.
Normal head, okay.
Yeah,
I just mutilated it for no reason. Okay.
This is really selling this RP.
As you mutilate this head, Matt, the stuffed animal toy that is next to the head sort of collapses. And why don't you give me a medical roll on that as you do your head? Let's play that out.
21.
21. So you perfectly cut the head open. There seems to be nothing.
Very professional. I want it on record.
But with that medical, you see that the stuffed animal doesn't seem right. You do know that there's an eyeball. For some reason, she might have put that. There didn't seem like there were any restraints on the muscular or lips or anything, other than the sewing, of course. But there was the mouth when you cut it open. It looked like the item was sort of hidden underneath the tongue as you did your autopsy. It looks like there was like wear and tear on the inside underneath her tongue where she was keeping this plastic eyeball for some reason.
Okay.
I'm
going to pocket the eyeball and the toy.
As you pick the toy up, you feel it, and it feels as if there's something in it.
What kind of feeling? Like an animal, or like?
It's like a stuffed animal. As you grab it, you feel it. Something inside of it.
All right, I don't want to destroy the stuffed animal. Like, I don't want to just like rip it apart. I'm gonna see if I can get to figure out whatever's inside without destroying it.
Give me a sleight.
Even if I have to cut it a little.
Give me a sleight of hand on this one. I really hope
9.
you fail. Okay, so the stuffed animal just explodes fuzz everywhere. But out of this thing, so you just like cut open this head and you destroy the stuffed animal. But out of the stuffed animal falls an envelope, and on this envelope, no investigation needed. There is a wax stamp, and one of Ignis's. I guess you wouldn't know it. There's an arrow stamped into it, and there's a charred stub of one of Stag's cigarettes, also put into the wax on the envelope.
Okay, I pocket this. I don't show Stag.
Okay.
I don't know what it. I understand. I don't know what it is. I don't want him to know it exists.
Yeah. All right. So that's where we are at the moment.
So
Let me go.
Why do you want to keep it hidden?
Let me go.
Okay, I guess I free my grip.
I rush over and see the destroyed toy and the destroyed head. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why? What the hell? Why did
What'd
you
you
do
find?
this? It is her fucking head. Why did you destroy it? Sag will attempt to put things back and mend, trying to use mending to reattach the head together, but obviously fail.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was worried there was a mind flare inside her head.
Are you
I
fucking
mean-
insane?
I don't know. I felt like if they thought something was weird about it, it was worth making sure something was wrong. I
How
thought maybe
much-
it could have been like
I'll
a,
do- And I
a
look,
tracking
sir,
device of some sort.
But to
yeah,
do
and
this
also
with
she
her
was
head?
already dead.
What'd you find?
She wasn't coming
Nothing.
back. Nothing.
There's
we didn't find
nothing
anything.
here.
I found an
Look.
eyeball and a stuffed animal, but I kind of messed up the stuffed animal. You know what? And honestly, Stag, that one's on me.
What eyeball? Where's the eyeball?
Oh, and I hand him the eyeball.
What else do you have on you? And I'll search. What else did you find
Nothing.
as you dissected? I'm gonna make me a wisdom saving throw. I'm going to command you.
You make me a wisdom saving throw. Fuck you.
Okay.
I mean, we can roll. Like, how does that work? Initiative?
You have to roll against his, and then if you're gonna do something, then he's got to roll against yours.
Wait, but who gets to go first? I feel like that's very
He's
important
going-
in this specific
He
scenario.
called it. He called it first. So
Fair
it's
enough.
Like a reaction.
So you rolled a 13. I saw that.
Yeah.
So I passed that.
No, that was my wisdom save.
Oh,
You
failed that.
need to
What
roll.
was
wisdom.
your actions?
So if
Okay, hold
if
on.
I don't succeed, or as soon after you do,
Okay, I rolled a 27 on my wisdom
okay,
save.
you succeed.
I just
So-
yell at you to flee. Get out of here.
So the
Turns and runs.
the Loxodon is gonna come over and he's gonna see that you guys are doing your thing. Did you gentlemen happen to know where this item has come from? This seems dark here.
I
Good
look at him
lord.
and I say, ask the guy who's acting crazy running away
Just
from us right now.
Watched you
Go
cut
chase him
this,
down.
Just watched you cut this head open. My gosh. Good day to you, sirs. He says there are some travelers around this area that I know that the fuzz is going to be extra precautious.
Okay,
now
wait.
that
I don't. Sorry, Spencer. I don't
Yeah.
want to waste the opportunity where he's running away, and I turn to Booter and oh my god, I'm blanking. But I turn to my compatriots. I turn to Turgan and I say, "Let's read this letter while he's fleeing." And I crack that bitch open and I say, "Let's look at this," and we see what's inside.
And I'm gonna pretend to know how to read.
I'm just gonna take your word for it, if I'm being honest.
Zergo's letter written to you. You guys through your
Wait, written to who?
written on this letter. It says
Okay.
it says so you take the stamp and the wax, making sure that no one else has opened this letter, and you open it. So you know this letter hasn't been read by anyone. It says Zergo is of the Grey, the last of his kind. They will hunt him to unmake the truth he carries. He is the vessel of the skull. They do not yet see it. With him dies more than the bloodline, dies the round truth of the world.
Can I ask a question since I've just
Mhm.
learned that my compatriots can't read?
Yeah.
Is
can
there
read.
any indication? I thought you just said you couldn't read.
A
No, that
Burbach.
was Turgan.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I
Can
can't.
he see it?
Can he see that?
Yeah.
I'm
Let's see.
looking at it, but I'm like trying to pretend like I know what it says. Like you,
Right.
Butterbach, give me
I'm
a perception
hiding the
check.
fact that
Yeah,
I
but
don't
can
know how to
Buddha
read.
can Buddha read it, or am I reading it and relaying it to them?
I can do a perception check if you want. I don't really care.
Sure, give me a
Yeah.
perception check.
Oh, I got a 1 with +5, 6.
Booterbot
Okay.
cannot see what you said, so
Okay,
they're all sitting eagerly
do I
waiting to
have-
hear what you're saying.
Can I perception check or some sort of insight to
Mhm.
maybe insight to see if I know this is mind flare related? Like, can I sense that with my skills and background?
Give me a history check.
13.
You remember through your studies from of past mind flare happenings that there was a big uproar in the Underdark with the blue mind flares being flat world or no, I'm sorry, round world oriented, and the gray mind flares being flat world oriented. And you know that like the mind flares operate with a mind hive, and the elder brain is sort of like the main mind's eye for each being, and for whatever reason the gray was only cared about spreading the word that the world was flat, and the blue was only worried about spreading the rumors and his knowledge that the world was round.
Okay. So I'm going to turn
from the
Okay.
letter. This is written all over the letter to you.
like I can sense it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to Booter and Turgan, and I'm going to say, this is potentially something we don't want anything to do with, and I think we should keep our friend Stag away from there. This is people we either have to eradicate or leave alone, and the choice is yours. And I take the paper and I crumple it and I light it on fire.
Okay.
I'm down for a fight.
So, okay. So the fuzz is not around at the moment. You are free to do what you need to do. You guys have just been given the knowledge that Zergo has been well, you don't know anything yet. Give me
I was gonna say, don't only I have that knowledge at this point?
only you have that knowledge.
I like that.
Um,
Guys better
That
be
keeps
nice to me.
running.
Yeah, he's still running away.
No, he would have stopped after the round turn and looked back and just kept running.
Oh no. Where's he going?
the Loxodon, where are you guys headed now?
Well, I
What
think
would you guys
one
like
of
to
us
do?
needs go
What, do
figure
you
out-
want to like go after Stag? Or
Yeah, we
just
should
wanna-
probably get Stag.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to leave for a minute. I didn't want him to go forever.
Stag, where are you running to?
I think he's doing the Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I was gonna say this.
Yeah,
guy
go for a
I
run.
think he's just going as far as he can right now to try and find a quiet place out of the way.
Okay. You run towards back up into the town. It's somewhat vacant. There's not a lot going on at the moment in the town. Give me, what are you trying to do? You're trying to
I'm trying to
I,
find some like off the beaten path door and just like bust into a door and get away from everyone. Try and hide.
I send Falco after him too to try and
Okay.
keep track of him as best I can.
You see as you're running, you run past you're just like tears are streaming down your eyes. You run past an old apartment building, and it seems to be somewhat vacant inside.
Okay.
And to you, it looks like a good place to just hunker down and collect your thoughts, if that's what you were
Perfect.
trying to do.
Yeah. Yep, he'll go there.
While you're inside, you open the door. It's just it's ajar. It's open. It almost looks like that the house is being worked on, but the workers are not there. Perhaps their tools are, but the workers aren't. Looks like perhaps they're out to lunch or maybe gathering other supplies. Other members, what are you guys doing? You going running after Stag?
We
Yeah,
gotta
I
track
mean,
him down, right?
Stag, what are your thoughts in there? What are you?
Stag is pissed and confused, upset, sad, trying to understand the loss of Ignis and these people who he trusted would destroy everything that he just found.
You remember that Ignis had the skulls, had the blue
Yeah,
skull.
had the blue skull, and that's what he thought might have been inside of her mouth
Right.
with the sewing.
And
He can't believe they would do that and hold him back while they mutilated her.
as you're there, you hear Loxodon and a couple sky dwarfs running around. The fuzz is coming now. The fuzz is coming. Something has happened, and it almost sounds like just think about like fantasy cops. A big something's happening
Oh,
in the town. Yeah, we call it the fuzz. These are the same fuzz that get people in trouble, like when you guys were when the feather fell, and they get, well, you'll learn soon enough. And you hear the Aloxodon say, "Yes, a head was found. A head was found on the temple steps. We're trying to figure out who did this. Who would come to the sky town of Tuscanton to mutilate a corpse? That's preposterous." Other members, you are running after Stag.
But we know where he is, right? Like, I say we need to get this guy out of here and get to a place where we can regroup while he's chill.
The there are locks. Stag is inside the house, and there are Loxodon searching for anyone that seems suspicious, and they're going to come over to you as you're walking towards the house that Stag has buried himself in, and they're going to say, "You, dwarf," to Adam, to Turkin. What say you? Do you have know the whereabouts of this preposterous head in a box? We know you know something. It was addressed to you, perhaps. The ninjas. I think it was addressed to the Skull Ninjas.
The Skull Force Ninjas?
Yes, the Skull Force Ninjas. What say you? Do you have any idea? We've rounded up some suspects that we think are guilty. Who was this that they killed, and why? We must find out. We will always find out.
We want to know what you know too. We're confused. That was my friend's head, and we're trying to figure it out too. I'm trying to go comfort my other friend because he's just so upset. So if you mind, I gotta go.
He is going to roll a insight check.
You get advantage, Spencer.
An insight check.
I'm gonna give you advantage on this.
On a
So you want
19,
me to roll
he
insight?
wants to know if he believes you. You are trying to pass the fuzz as not guilty.
So what should I roll?
I guess it would be my insight check versus your persuasion.
Deception?
Persuasion.
Yeah.
With persuasion. Okay. Damn it, both -1. A 5.
I don't quite believe you. Perhaps we should take you in with us.
All right,
For
you'll have to fight me for it.
Loxodon.
No, I step up. I step up. My friends, let's calm down. We're all on edge. We just found a severed head. We don't know what's going on. We're just trying to find our friend. He seemed very upset. No need for some sort of battle. And then I turn around and I wink at Turgan.
Booterbot.
I'm gonna like immediately catch on what he's saying. I mean, I don't want to fight you.
Yeah. He's Matt. He is going to roll an insight check on what you said now.
Okay.
Give me a persuade or
Persuasion?
Yeah.
15.
All right, that trumps his 6. Okay, I guess stand down, group. These men are just nervous, and it looks like they are a little bit out of their element because perhaps they knew who was there. We've rounded
We
up.
didn't. We did. Our friend may have. We're concerned, and we would like to find him.
Well, just so you are aware, we've rounded up some suspects, and we are right now in the process of getting answers. Up on the
Oh.
deck, up on the large deck, right over there, and he points to this massive ship that seems to be, there are no sails, it's a big dock. This is where we do our trials in the town to determine who is guilty and who is not, when it needs to be done, very rarely, but in this case, it seems like this sort of death doesn't happen in the skies. We must find out who is responsible and end them. We cannot have this type of thing happening in Truscaton. He says we've rounded up a Loxodon, we've rounded up a Sky Dwarf, we have a Ceramorph and a Doomhand.
What?
Yeah, he says he has a follower of Doomhand, one of the men who has been hunting these quote skulls, and trying to gather information about the Pale Skull. Rumor is that there's a madman on the loose trying to round up all the skulls. We've taken him into custody, and we are right now trying to get the information as to who and why someone would,
Very good, very good. In my experience, it's almost always the mind flare. So I'm just throwing that out there.
I don't
But
know.
let
I
us
feel
go
like
find our friend.
The follower of Doomhand. Very few people know of our quest or our group's title. And that's what it was addressed to us on the box. I think that's one of the biggest clues that we have. That it could be the follower of Doomhand.
I like this robot.
I was gonna say, don't tell him.
I like this Warforged. seems to be with it here. We'll just do the theater of the mind. He's gonna offer you. He's gonna say, "Would you like to come and see who he have taken? Perhaps you guys can help determine who is the culprit here before you are on your way." And where's your friend? He needs to be questioned as well.
While you all are having that conversation, it's taken a little while. Stag probably would have heard you talking outside, and he would have cast invisibility on himself
Wow.
and tried to sneak out a random side door or window and continue running.
There was
Invisible.
There's one window, and it's standing next to a Loxodon. Give me a roll for animal handling, or not animal handling.
Stealth.
Yeah, stealth.
I get advantage because I'm
Yeah.
invisible. Natural 20 for a 24.
Wow. Very easily, you go to wherever you wanted to go.
Wait, can I file a perception check to see if I I guess not against a
Not
natural
against
20,
a nat
right?
20. Yeah,
Fair
not
enough.
against a nat
Fair
20.
enough.
They're going to say, you gentlemen don't seem to be guilty, but just know that we have captured a couple people who we think are. We will get the information out of them one way or another. Carry on.
Good.
If
They
anyone
seem super
else
guilty.
and if anyone else stops you, just tell them that Sergeant Long Snout has given you the okay.
I appreciate that, sir. Do you have any trinket or formal thing we can carry to let people know that you have said that?
Yeah, here. And he spits on the floor. Take that.
Oh, and I scoop up the spit. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
You're
I'll
very
be sure to
welcome.
show this to anyone who
It's like
gives us an issue.
It's like a purpley slime spit. They're going to move on their way towards the larger ship, where you can start hearing some screams, and that's where we are. What would you guys like to do?
Us or Chris?
I mean, I still want to find Stag.
Yeah, Chris, where did you headed?
He's gonna just run as far as he can run, trying to get away from these people.
Okay, I turn to Turgan and Buddha and I say, do you know something that Stag might have on him? Like, do you know an object, a physical object he may have on him?
His eye patch.
Oh, great call. I'm going to cast Locate Object, and I'm going to name that, and I'm going to see if I can locate him.
He is
Stag.
invisible.
Find my iPhone. Find my Stag.
Yeah, find my Stag.
So Stag can move 70 feet and around.
Yeah, but it's 1,000 feet. You're not getting that.
I know. Well, I'm gonna see how far. How many?
Okay. Fair enough.
He really wants to get away from us.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. 14 rounds.
14 rounds? But we've moved also.
So that's a minute and like a minute and 45 seconds.
I mean,
But you sat at
but
the bar for a
also-
chunk.
But also,
You weren't moving at
we're
full speed.
dashing after you. We're moving 60.
Yeah.
So that puts us pretty close behind
Well,
you.
But
You
even more
also-
so, you
yeah.
you weren't running the whole time. You only just recently.
Yes. Well, we were
I don't
together.
know that, but
No, I'm saying we were together
okay,
at the building when you're talking to the cops.
right.
So after he would have got out of there, he would have started booking it to get away.
You think that's 14 rounds?
I don't know. I don't know how long the conversation was.
I would
Stag-
say.
How much more time you're gonna take.
I say we leave it up to the dice and we roll
Okay.
a d20, and that's how many rounds it is. But I'm just throwing that out as a suggestion.
Stag, you run
saying that's what we have to
far. You run far enough where you run past the bar. You recognize on your left the entrance to the place where your ships is docked, and you also recognize, because you haven't seen the full scope of the layout of the land. You see down the street the wood shops and the areas that you guys traded in. What was the Smiths, where your guys' stuff is being created. Not 100% sure that you had anything there being made, but
I don't think
the
so.
other guys definitely did. Now let's see. Group, you guys are going to be doing investigation checks. Stag is invisible. Matt, you have
No, I'm
something
not
on
doing
his-
I'm not doing an investigation check.
You know, so,
I'm casting a spell. I'm trying to find him specifically.
okay.
But that's what I'm saying. We need to determine whether I know what Chris knows what I'm doing.
I know.
Yeah, so we need to figure out if he's if he made it 1,000 feet away or not.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I think 1,000 feet linear, but
1,000
Yeah.
linear feet, right? It's 1,000
Yeah.
foot
There's-
radius. Yeah.
right. So like, there's buildings and shit everywhere that he's got to
I
run
hear.
around. Like factoring all that in, I doubt
I
he
hear
went
ya.
1,000
I say
feet.
that, but I'm also down to leave it up to the dice. I'm
It
just
says
saying.
16.
Yeah.
I rolled a 16.
16.
Yeah.
It's an
So
outrageous
that's-
number.
But so 16 times 60 is
16 times
about 1,000 feet.
6 is 96 times. I can move
Oh,
70 feet.
60 feet.
I can move 70. I got 35.
Ooh,
Base speed.
wow. All right, so
70
Matt,
times.
your spell.
Wait. Hold on.
Your spell. You get a glimpse
But
of
we've
him.
been moving too. Have we moved
Yeah.
120 feet
No,
in
you
his
just
direction?
started. You haven't moved anywhere. You were like, "Where's Stag?" And you put the spell on it. You get like a ping. You got like a ping.
Okay, wait. Let
of
me ask you a
him
question.
headed by the bar, and then it disappears.
Fair enough. But I get a ping,
Mhm.
and I see that I don't see Stag when I get that ping, so I'm gonna immediately cast See Invisibility, and I'm gonna start
there's
walking towards
buildings
the
in
ping.
the way.
No, I know. I'm not saying I can see you. I'm just saying I feel like he's made. I turn to my friends. I feel like he's made himself invisible because I should have seen him, and I didn't. So let's go find him.
Well,
I
you
s-
just
I
get a
s-
direction. You don't get a picture of me.
with locate
Locate-
object.
Yeah.
Well,
You just get-
I thought I could locate
Uh,
you within 30 feet. I just
Yeah,
get a ping. I just get like a dot.
You get a sense of direction, I believe.
Oh. Direction of its movement. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
As you guys
All
are
right.
looking,
I'm not gonna waste the invisibility then. I failed trying to find him, and I apologize to the group.
as you guys are getting, Chris, I put your character towards the town. As
Okay.
you guys are trying to figure out what your next move is, how to get your character, an alarm goes off. Quiet now, the fuzz is talking. It's not just here, it's everywhere. Listen up. One of the guards says, and they're listening. If you hear anything, just know, don't be afraid. It's the fuzz. You hear almost in the mind's eye, you hear someone saying to another, the child of the gray blood was proof the world is round. If he's gone, the round truth falters. It wasn't me. I wouldn't take this small child. And then it dies away. Give me a I guess an Arcana check, Booterbot.
All right. How's 29?
That is insane. Is that your like souped up? Did
got
you
a
go
20.
all in? How do
I
you?
got a 20, and then I also have +9.
Wow. Okay. Well, so now you definitely realize that the magic in this area, in this town, the trials that people take, the trials of the town are somehow magically enunciated throughout the city. So you actually are hearing the trial as it takes place, even though you're not quite there. That was the first person. And you hear sort of like a whipping sound. Make sure he's telling the truth as the character fades away from your mind's eye. Stag has ran. What are you guys doing? Trying to find him? Give me, if you guys.
I mean,
are
we
still...
have no leads. We have no way of finding.
Sure,
them.
sure you do. What's your character's background?
You had a direction.
They're gonna
You had a
find
ping, and then it went
Yeah,
away.
you're like a
Yeah.
tracker person, aren't you?
I am, but I didn't know if we were counting that ping.
Okay.
If we are, then I let people know and I say let's move this way and let's try and find this guy.
you. Matt.
I'll start jogging ahead in that direction and just yelling out like, "Stag, I'm sorry, I love you."
You guys are walking towards you sort of see the the bar that you guys were just at 2 sessions ago. Turgan, give me a. I guess what would you roll for tracking? It wouldn't just be investigation. Yeah, give me investigation check.
No, there is a tracking type of
Survival.
Yeah.
Give me a survival.
A 9.
A 9.
Oh wait, no, I have advantage on that.
Nice.
Ooh, 11.
Chris, give me one thing that they would have noticed that you would have. You know what? You see teardrops. You see a little. You see footsteps. Chris, what are your feet?
They're hooves.
You see hoofs, not horse,
Hoof prints.
not animal, but you see a hoof print. But as you are looking down, you do realize that the ground is made out of wood. But you do see hoof prints running in the direction of Chris.
Of a temple.
Of a temple.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
You see the hoof prints running in the direction of where the shops were. The smith shops. These hoof prints are actually beer, and as they go further towards the smith shops and wood shops where you guys dropped your items off to get upgraded, they sort of dry out and disappear. So you get an idea that Chris was headed in that general direction.
Okay, I relay it to them.
Yeah.
Hey, he went this way. Look, I see his tiny little footprints.
That's hilarious. A temple, Chris. And you guys walk by your shop where you dropped off your. If you guys remember what you dropped off, your shoulder pad, and your booter. You dropped something off there for an upgrade.
Like a shield.
Yeah, a shield. The man inside is going to say, "Oh, hello, fancy seeing you. I hope you're not coming back. They're not quite done yet. But when they are done, they will be, your items will be your shield and your shoulder pad. And Turgan, you dropped off your axes.
Axe?
Yeah, you wanted that to be fiery. Your axe and your items will be dropped off before you leave. I promise, at the ports. Please come in and buy some stuff if you want. But he's just heavy at work. Chris.
Yeah.
Are you still running?
He's running, and after probably 10 minutes, if he doesn't find like some other random temple, he'll tuck into a corner and just sit there for about an hour if no one finds him.
You are running in. Let's just do this easy. Let's do.
Bring up the map.
Temple. Let's do residence. Let's do prison, and let's do
Prison?
Yeah, that's where this place is, like, where they stockade.
Okay.
And let's do
Because I feel like a temple can't be random, sort of by definition.
yeah. They're
Like
You're in the
it's
sky.
purposeful no matter what.
yes.
Well, it could be random to Stag.
Oh, for sure.
All right.
But I agree.
Roll
It
me
would have a
a
purpose.
6, Chris. You
A
got
D6?
yeah, you got Temple, the Residence Lodge. You got the Stockade or the prison. You have a trade port. You got a library, and you got also the palace.
I rolled a 5.
You another
Is this the
library.
library?
Yeah, you find this elephant sort of small little library, bookshop slash library, near the trade, near the shops. And you walk in, and there's a nice man standing there, elephant, an old one. Oh, who goes there? The door opens
Oh.
and it closes. There's
Oh.
no. But Stag, you're still invisible.
Oh.
Oh, he says, these damn winds, the door always flies open here. Just talking to himself while he's trying to fix the door.
I'll sneak into some like storeroom that he might have.
The area is the room, or the store is a bookstore, and in the back, just like a normal bookstore, pre Barnes and Nobles. And in the back, obviously, there's probably more valuable storage and books in there.
So this is before Barnes and Noble, though.
Yeah,
Just so I can jot it down on my notes. Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
That's
Got
the way it
okay.
looks. That's the way it looks. You know, it's
Got it.
family store shop.
Yeah, like the cleaning closet or where a closet where random shit is, where I don't think he'll be for a while.
Okay. So the guys outside, you see that you don't see any hoof prints. You don't see any sign of Stag. You see around you there's the armory, there's the wood shops, there's a library, bookstore, there's a fountain, and off in the distance you see the ships. You're trying to find your friend who's crying.
Should we split up? Or should we stick together?
Make this.
Classic Scooby-Doo question.
I don't know if we
Yeah.
should split the party any more than it's already been split.
Yeah, especially with the fuzz running around. You never know. Last thing
Right,
we
we
want
might
is for
have to-
somebody to get swiped by the fuzz and be by
We have to
themselves.
blast our way out.
Right.
Stag is going to cast Sending to Booterbot.
Okay.
Where's my spell? So Booterbot, in your head you hear, give me some time, give me some space. Why the fuck would he do that? What the fuck? Why? And that's it.
Okay. I turned to.
You can answer, and you can say up to 25 words.
Okay, I just say, okay. I understand. Meet us back at the ship tomorrow.
Wow.
And then to Matt and Adam, or sorry, yeah, Bob and Turgan, I'll turn to them and say, it's going to be like a needle in a haystack finding him in this town, especially if he's invisible. I mean, do we want to just see if he turns up? And go check out this trial that's going on? We might learn something.
The trial could be fun.
Yeah, I'm getting a little tired of this.
I said we could just go take the ship too. Do we even need Stag?
I mean,
Turgan, aren't you a captain?
I
I
mean,
was,
I don't think we're trying to
but
leave
my
this.
ship
I'm not trying to
crashed.
leave this guy behind. This guy's been with me from the beginning.
Oh, I thought
He
you were
adopted
saying
me.
you wanted to leave him behind. I understand now.
No,
I just
no.
think that I just don't think he's gonna leave me behind. So I think if we meet him tomorrow somewhere,
He
He'll
needs
come
some.
back.
He needs some space, probably. Just let him be.
you might
You
want to
alright?
start thinking about a good explanation for what
Me?
you did.
You guys were right with me. What are you looking at me for?
Well, prepare your
We did
speech.
it. We did it to try to figure out what's
It's a poor carpenter who blames his tools. We were all doing it together. I just had the knife.
Besides, what's he gonna do with a head anyway?
I didn't know he loved this person. I didn't know he was going to freak out.
Well, now he has two heads, sort of.
You'll be
I thought there
all right.
was there were ceremorphs in there or some sort of weird thing. I didn't know what was going on.
You guys are going to hear another fuzz. Please, stop! It hurts! Who sold you this crate? Please, stop! You hear the voice of a sky dwarf, Turgan. You're familiar with dwarfs and the way they sound. We sold the crates to a lady named Ignis. Hey, skyward strong. Oh, but that pollen you accuse me of, this pollen, this dust, that's not from ours. Trust me, the dust, the pollen, that's from the cursed island. Ah,
Where
the
are we hearing
Greys.
this?
You're hearing
I-
in your set the city has they interrogate people openly, and there's a magic in the town, so everyone can hear what's
Okay.
happening. The island, that the pollen, it comes from the island of Matt. Name an island.
Epstein.
The island of Epstein. The island of Epstone. Epstone Island.
Just for the listeners, I didn't name that, but I do agree with its name.
I don't
just
know.
want to be
We'll
clear.
look at the transcript and see how that rolls out.
I'm just gonna say, not everyone there knew what was going on, but I was there, so I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. That's what they all
Some
say.
people just like
That's
beach
what they all
vacations.
say.
I'm just saying, like, I like the beach. If I go to Chris's hotel, I'm not like all of a sudden a pedophile. I just like being on the beach. The same thing with Epstein Island. Don't even worry about it. Okay, let's keep playing.
You're giving a lot of explanation about something we didn't ask about. so-
nervous about what he has to say to.
You guys
Say-
are reading a lot into my I didn't know what was going on Epstein Island t-shirt, and I'd appreciate if you just backed off.
Listen, viewers, it's Epstone Island, okay? Not Epstein. We're getting a lot of hits here. Lone Loon says no. I'm gonna say yes. Okay. Listen, the dice don't lie. That voice breaks away. You get the idea that someone is being interrogated. Turgan, you know it's a dwarf of some kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. So they're being publicly interrogated on this
Mhm.
speaker system,
Yes.
but there is like an area
Yes.
that we can actually
and
go
they told
and
you
watch
they-
this, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say, hey, let's go check this out. I think we might be able to help these guys out.
I think at
Stag,
a minimum we'll learn something.
Stag, you also hear the stuff that's happening.
Yeah, I'm taking notes on it.
The every time it happens, the old man in the library is whistling. Wouldn't want to be that guy. To travel back to where you guys were, the large ship earlier is where the trial is happening. And you guys walk back towards the temple, but instead of making a right, you make a left. There's a ladder and a large staircase that allows you to get up on top of this industrial ship that seems to be bound by force to the island itself. An older model ship, but quite massive. And on this ship, you see it's heavily guarded by Loxodon. And these are the same, dressed similarly to the police Loxodon or the soldier Loxodons that you've seen. And as you get towards the top area of the ship, you can see that there's some captives, and there's a large, very large elephant asking the questions. Who did you come here? welcome to the trial. This is free for observers. You guys are sort of nestled in between dwarves and elephants alike. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. We don't permit crime of any reason in Tuscaton, especially ones that are not written in our rules. You see, Booterbot, give me a perception. Actually, it'll be a group perception.
Sure. I got a 13.
You see,
Oh, natural 20 if that matters.
so high perception. You see that there's a dwarf that's been captured, and he's being burned. You see that there is a Loxodon being tortured, and he is being also burned. You see that there is a weird looking, almost like undeadish looking being. He is being stretched by two Loxodon. On his ropes, his hands are bound and his legs are bound, and he's being pulled. Two Loxodons are just sort of pulling him slowly apart. And then there's a Ceramorph. Matt, you see a Ceramorph.
I got 23 if that helps.
Yeah, you guys are all very aware of what's happening, and you see that there's a Ceramorph that is sort of chained up in a way, and there's definitely with your high rolls some sort of magic around this Ceramorph, keeping him in place, and his magic condensed to his body, and he's not able to do the...
How big is the Ceramorph since we rolled high?
A humanoid.
Okay. An adult.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it daytime?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, just wanted to clarify.
So they are being questioned. Now, without any further ado, I say we go to this. We knew the next. It was like, once we get the answers, gentlemen, you will be freed. But until then, we will continue our methods. You, undead sir, what is your name? You despicable being. And the undead doesn't answer, and so the guy says, "Rackamore," and you see the elephants pulling this guy apart, but he doesn't seem to be screaming. That's where your guys are at. How would you like to interact with this?
Can we see if... Well, I guess we don't know. We don't know the Mind Flare, so I was going to say, can we see if we can communicate with him? Because he can communicate with us, but he'd have to initiate that.
Who would have to initiate that?
Isn't there a Mind Flare being tortured?
Yes.
Yeah, but I can't telepathically communicate with him, only the other way around.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, I'm looking at him and I'm like, hey, I know we've had our differences. I'm saying all this with my eyes. This isn't words. But I'm trying to make it up to my captain. I feel like I've made a mistake and I could use some help. I'm happy to help you, though you don't seem like you actually need help, even though you're being tortured. And I say all that with my eyes.
Booterbot and Turgan, what are you trying to do here?
Well,
what information
I'm just
are you
gonna
trying
observe.
to get? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to observe right now. Like, I don't want to jump in just yet and like try to insert myself into their court proceedings.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. Just like, I feel like there's more to do here.
Yeah, sorry, just to clarify, I am also not trying to interrupt any court proceedings. I don't want the fuzz after me.
No objections?
I'm just seeing if I can get him to give me a telepathic note. But with no weird shit. I'm not doing any weird shit.
with your high perception check, again, the Mind Flayer is being held in place by some sort of magic that is keeping him in place. So that's all you get with that. You hear, okay, so let's just break it down. You see the Loxodon. He's being burned by prongs and stuff. And the one Loxodon, the one up in the middle, the large one that seems to be asking all the questions, and he says, "You, heresy! How dare you kill someone of a different race and bring him to Tuscadon? How dare you do this? Tell us everything. Tell us everything you know." And he says, stop! The child of the Grey Blood was the last hope of the round truth. That's what the scholars say. That's what's read in those books. His existence, his every breath, was proof the world turns. Remember this. Us Loxodons, we also believe that the world is round. The Grey Blood, if it were to be spilled, might be proof that it's something it's not. But I wasn't the one who killed him.
This guy sure knows a lot about the core issue for someone who wasn't involved in the crime.
History.
I agree. I agree with that. We should keep an eye on this guy.
And the guy, this will all be made relevant to you. The large soldier is going to now say, "Okay, very well. We all know that the dwarfs of the Sky Realm and the Loxodon are in a constant debate of round or flat, but doesn't matter. Your studies of the Underdark don't give you any advantage when it comes to trying to persuade us in whether or not you're guilty here. You might be well read, but we'll see what the others have to say, and so help me God, you better not be lying. You, Sky Dwarf, it's your turn. Tell us what you know. Tell us what you know now." And he says, "Hey!" Just like Adam's character says, we gave her crates, okay? We gave her crates. Ignis wanted a crate to be sent here. That's all I know. She was a beautiful lad, and that we just sold her the crate. That was it. But she was supposed to just drop something in and send it back. Not this head. I don't know anything about it. And the pollen that you say, the pollen in it, well, that wasn't from us. That proves us innocent. Don't you understand? That dust is from the island. It's not from us. We're just send things. We're just barter. We just send things. We don't have nothing to do with murder. Nothing. Oh, yeah? And they burn him again.
Well, yeah, I guess we should just go through. Let's go through all those suspects first. Just let them keep going.
The Doomhand suspect, the Doomhand's agent, the undead, and you, undead fella, being stretched. And he sort of doesn't say anything, but then he opens his mouth and he says, "You think Doomhand needs me? You think he needs any of us? He seeks only the skulls. All of them. And Ignis kept that from him. From at least one. Nothing here for me. Nothing more for me to say."
I'm gonna yell out, "He speaks the truth. Let him go."
Who was that?
I.
Good man. What do you know about this? What do you mean he speaks the truth?
I don't know. I just feel it. Let me talk to him myself.
Move around, lads. Let this man through. They let you up onto the stage next to this what looks like to be an undead being stretched.
Okay. I'm gonna like crudely scribble the penis symbol, and I'm gonna say, "Do you know? Do you know what this is?"
Does he know
Feel,
what that
feel like they're gonna
is?
know what that is.
He's gonna say, I do not know what that symbol is. Definitely not something that Doomhand hasn't mentioned.
It's not Tomato, so Doomhand got no dick.
I just want to know what this symbol means. But then I'm gonna say, where is he? Where is Doomhead?
Doomhand is looking for the skulls. You should know that.
Okay. When is the last time you've seen him?
Roll me a d6.
Okay.
I'm gonna do. Hold on. Roll me a d4. I'm gonna do forest, desert, city, and water. Roll me a d4.
Okay. No bonuses, right? Just straight.
Yeah.
A 4.
We ran in. The last time I saw him, he was sailing on the Sea of Unbegun, looking for the Blue Skull. Rumor has it that there was a DeSantius. He went through the DeSantius door to the Underdark, looking for the Blue Skull, and he left his ship beached, and that's where I was picked up.
He wasn't in the sky yet, was he?
Not yet, no. He left us there standing for months, it seems like, waiting for his presence.
So I have no use for you anymore. Last time we saw him, last time we saw his ship was in the sky.
He'll be coming back for you. Trust me. He's the one. And he says, he seeks all the skulls. All of them. Not just one. Ignis may have kept one. May have disappeared it for a time being. But she knows where it was. And I'm sure she has probably told him where it went. And the Loxodon are going to roll a nat 20. And they're going to say, this man is telling the truth. I feel it. Commence his being. Put him back to the earth he came from. Lads, do you have any more questions? It seems like you are on a search and want more. If you don't want any more information for him, I'm going to rip him apart.
Have at it.
Yeah,
he
no
whistles.
information needed.
He whistles, and these elephants just rip this undead body apart. Booterbot, you see the Sky Dwarf being questioned and burned, and he says to you, "Oh, you look old, an old relic of the past. What brings you here? Why don't you question this guy?" He points towards Booterbot.
I mean, sure. So, for the Sky Dwarf friend here, what's your name, sir?
My name is Adric.
Adric, where are you from?
Oh, Adric. Oh, my name is Adric, and I am from the northern snows.
Okay. Yeah, I figure when you're in the business of buying and selling crates, as you have said you are, that you may or may not have an idea of what's in those crates or where they're going or who sold them to you. I feel like any of those things would be pretty useful right now. For instance, You mentioned you sold the crate to Ignis, but where did you get that crate from?
We drop these crates, these special crates. They're not meant to be opened by those who they're not meant to be opened by. The
Okay,
northern
but who left the
snows.
crate for Ignis?
Ignis was on the near the Trigod in the settlements of the Wonder Mounts. We ran into her doing our local drop-offs. We have a shipping company, and we drop off and we have these crates, and she seemed to want one of our larger, more powerful crates to get a message to whomever it was that she wanted to send something to.
Okay, well, can you tell me, like, the return address
There
of
is
this
none.
crate?
There is none. We left
Well,
her in
so
the
if you
Wander
just get
Mounts.
a crate,
We
if,
left
if
her
someone
in.
just
We
if
left
somebody
her.
just leaves the crate on your front door with the delivery address, and it could be like a bomb or a weapon, you just deliver it anyway? You don't think that that's a little suspicious?
No, I just sold her the crate. I don't deliver it. I didn't deliver this.
Oh, okay. I see. Um, did she have any indication of what she was going to use it for?
Transporting. She said some sort of special item or being to the group that she once was with, but that was it. That's all she said. I promise, I swear. And the elephants burn him a little bit more. Make sure he's telling the truth. I swear.
Can I roll to see if I think he's telling the truth? Maybe like
Yes.
investigation.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I got 19.
You beat his 6. He is telling the truth to you.
All right.
I don't know anything about the pollen. They keep asking me about the pollen. I know nothing about the pollen.
All right. I mean, I believe you, sir. I turn to the elephants and say, for now, I believe him. Maybe just like stop torturing him. You can keep him chained up for now.
Guys, these men have been doing a much better job than we have in getting answers. What say you we bring him to the Mind Flayer captive over there, the Ceramorph. Bring those psionic shackles over here. And they sort of bring this gross-looking, like, alien being towards you. Looks like he's part dwarf, part, like, you know, he looks like the captain in
Barbosa.
Barbosa, yeah. And Chris, you are hearing all of this, by the way. Everything
Yep.
that happens on the ship is being heard throughout the city, for transparency purposes. They are trying to get this Mind Flayer to communicate, but it doesn't seem like it's working.
Okay. I mean, do you want to interrogate the Mind Flayer, Bob? Given that this is your specialty here.
Yeah, I take Buddha aside and I'm like, look, normally I would torture and kill this guy, but I feel like we need to find Stag and he's upset with me, and I feel like this person might help us do that, or at least get us some information that we can help Stag with. So I will say sure, and I'll step up, but I'll also say, just separately, isn't Sprock with us? Or no?
I don't think he hasn't been here today, so I don't know what the status is of this guy.
Stag, where are you at this point? You're still there?
Yeah, he's still in my closet.
All right. How are you going to communicate with a Ceramorph? The psionic shackles. They're gonna say, well, there's only one way to do this. Let's start torturing him. They start whipping him. Tell us what you know of this. You guys are all one. We found one of you. You guys are all connected. You guys are all connected. You should be able to.
Yeah,
articulate.
I'm just pacing back and forth behind the people whipping the mind flare with authority. I'm not saying anything. I'm just like I'm their supervisor all of a sudden. Because they were just deferential. So, I'm gonna act like I'm in charge. Not in charge, but with a sense of authority.
He is being
I'm gonna let
whipped
them-
unmercifully to death here in front of you.
Okay.
Just let him have it.
I'm gonna wait till I'm gonna let them have a few whacks so they know I'm not opposed to the torture,
Mhm.
and then I'm just gonna say, okay, that's enough, authoritatively. I'm gonna make them stop.
Okay.
They do that.
Yes, they stop.
Okay, and then I'm gonna say, let's see if we can figure out what he knows. Does anyone know how to communicate with a mind flare? We must find more information out.
They can talk to you.
And I'm
but
gonna wink at the mind flare.
He's gonna lock eyes with you.
Does he can communicate with me, so
Oh yeah.
I just wait. At that point,
Um,
I say, okay, let's see if we can. Do you guys know anyone in town? This is like a real city. You guys have a lot of people here. Someone must be able to communicate with this guy. I
Well,
think
why
we might
don't
want
you
to go
try-
look for someone.
What information are you trying to get from him? We'll
I
start there.
I guess any more information about Ignis, what Ignis sent. Obviously, it's mind flare related. I feel like we've garnered enough to know that at this point. Do you know anything about what this random woman that our friend loves was trying to protect?
Now, how are you going? You're going to use persuasion here. How are you going to persuade him to give you that information? How are you going to? What are you
Can I ask
going
a
to do
question?
right there?
When he links with me, he can't read my thoughts. Do I still have to give him my thoughts?
No, you
Or-
sort of just have to open up and let him. I mean, he can bridge into your mind and communicate with you.
Okay, my strategy is to let him see my hatred for mind flares first. My pure, unadulterated, passionate hatred. And then quickly what I just said about how we need his help because we're trying to find our friend and we need to know what he's looking for. Because I'm assuming that Stag is looking for the same information at this point.
Okay, so you're gonna intimidate him into an answer?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not intimidation at all. More collaboration than intimidation.
So you're trying to persuade. Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, natural 20.
Are you kidding me?
No, not at all.
He says, "The child is gray." You hear this voice in your mind. The child is gray. The
But
last
now-
child.
Okay. Where can I find the child? I'm thinking this, obviously not saying it out loud.
The mind flares that abducted Zergo because of his gray heritage.
The other mind flares?
Hmm.
Where are they?
Well, they have stations everywhere in this world, in this realm.
If I can get you away from these men who are so clearly going to kill you, will you help us locate our friend Stag using your mind flare power?
Give me an insight check.
$15.
You believe him when he says yes.
Okay. So I'm going to turn to the guards and I'm going to say, I think we need a private place to question this man. Let me and my compatriots take him. You continue interrogating other suspects, and we'll find a place we can talk to him and really get the truth out of him.
Travelers, since you have been so helpful here, I will give you the afternoon to get the information from this man, but I want him chained up. I don't want those psionic shackles removed. Remember, the Fuzz is always watching.
Okay.
Do not test us. One elephant is gonna hand you the chain. You may take him to the square, but bring him back here immediately. We're watching.
We'll bring him back. Don't worry. We just want to figure out what's happening here.
Stag, you've heard all this. You did not hear about the chains. That would not have been
Right.
Yeah. All right, you guys have this Ceramorph. There's an elephant walking not too far. There are a couple elephants walking not too far away from you guys to make sure that you're not fucking around. What are you trying to do now?
Well, I turn to my friends and I say, I think we should find a private place and have this person locate Stag for us. And then go find
I
Stag.
care less about that. I thought we were trying to get to the bottom of who sent this.
Well, I think
I feel like if we had
I feel
that,
like we're
it would-
there.
Okay. Well then, sure.
But no, like we can keep interrogating him. That's we don't even have. We can just ask the guy. We just saved him. And I say he's been communicating with my mind. He says he'll help us.
Well, let's get him to pay off first.
All right. Talk to him. He's right here. Just think.
Does it work if I'm a robot?
Yep.
Okay. Who killed Ignis?
The blue mind flare
You like an
cult.
intimidation? Oh, never mind.
No. We did.
Why?
They have the one. The last. She had the last one.
The gray mind flare you keep speaking of. Everyone keeps speaking of. What makes him so special?
Seems to be that he is the last one. The last of the gray mind flayers of the Alpha colony. Can't believe I remembered that. Once he's done, once he has been opened and dissected, perhaps the real truth can be understood and learned. The world may be flat, the world may be round, but this child is the key.
Hmm.
She kept on saying, as you should know, as you guys are like pulling him off the ship. Are you guys pulling him towards the town? What are you doing this?
We're
on
not
the
pulling
ship?
him. I assume he's
just-
cooperating. We're just sort of
Yeah.
like wandering.
He's like, I should have you know that as you guys are walking the town with this guy, I should have you know that while they were doing what they had to do with her, she whispered and almost begged for her life and for Zergo's, I believe. Hold on, let me touch base. His eyes roll back and he says, yes, Zergo. She kept on saying something about Zergo's not just the last of the Greys, but something special about this boy, something special inside of him. But she would not let us in to know. So we took her head
Booter, you knew the Cygnus.
I mean, like I wouldn't say I knew her as well as Stag did. I knew that Zergo was very important to her, and also that I just didn't realize Zergo had such importance to other people.
We gotta find Stag.
Yeah.
What should we do with this
Are we gonna
guy?
bring the captive with us, or
No, we should probably kill him.
you just saved his life? Now you want to kill him
Well,
here
I mean,
in front of everyone?
well, they were about to kill him, so I don't think they're going to be too worried about it. We'll just say he attacked us, and we just wanted more information out of him. Now he gave it to us. He is a Mind Flayer, and he's on somehow the more evil Mind Flayer team. If that's even
I don't
possible.
know, Turgan. What do you think? I feel like, I mean, I don't typically care that much about mind flayers, but also we told this guy that we were gonna get information from him and then save his life, and we're just gonna kill him anyway. Why don't we let Stag decide?
Oh, good. You know what? Great call. Let's find Stag, and he can decide.
In the meantime, let's I don't know, like handcuff him and put him
Well,
in
he's
storage or
handcuffed.
something.
Yeah, he's got
Well, yeah.
psionic.
Yeah.
Lock him up.
He's
Put him in
locked up.
storage. Well, sure, but like I don't know. I'm assuming you can still like move if you just
No,
like,
yeah, no.
you know,
We'll just take
handcuff
him with us. Like we'll
Okay.
go find Stag with him.
Let's cut over to Stag. Stag, you're in this library or this bookstore.
So as Stag is tucked inside of that closet, and the rest of the party is taking their Mind Flayer for a walk, Stag is going to pull out a little mirror, and I have to roll a d12. Hold on. Okay, and I'm just staring at this mirror for a little while. Oh my goodness. So eventually I stop staring at this mirror. Yeah. And then I'm going to shake my head and cast, where is it? Scrying on baby Zergo.
Nice,
What-
cool point, Chris.
What mirror did
So-
you look at?
My mirror of sectoral reflection.
Yeah.
And I'm using that as my spellcasting focus.
Okay.
So I need something to look into, and I'm using that as a focus when I cast my scrying. So I can see and hear a particular creature I choose that is on the same plane of its existence as we are. The target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target and the sort of physical connection you have to it. If the it can fail the saving throw voluntarily if it wants to be observed. So I would say I'm familiar with them.
Yes.
So it'd be a -5 to his save. And Bob
he would
did
wanna be
give me the
observed.
eye,
Yeah.
so I would have a possession from him.
Given what we've learned, he would want to be observed.
What, Zergo?
I would think so.
Yeah.
He
So
would have a
what's
-9
he's terrified.
on a
He's a
DC
baby.
17.
So I gotta beat.
You
A
gotta do a
17.
wisdom save for a baby Mind Flayer.
Okay.
Subtract 9 from your roll and beat a 17.
I rolled a 3, so
Yeah.
6. So he's
So
0.
If he's on the same plane of existence as us, I would be able to see and hear him.
You can see and hear him. That's hilarious. I hate that you just did that. Well, sort of.
That's why I say cool point.
I use my 6th level spell slot for that. Hey, I'm not the one who
What are you-
dissected
What are
the
yeah
skull that
You
caused
could've-
this whole bullshit to happen.
yeah Chris? You could have
Who did that?
Chris could have spared you guys 2 hours of role play if he had just done this. What are you gonna say to Zergo?
No, I don't say anything. I see him. I just see where he is, hear what's happening around him. It's just like I'm a camera watching him. So you tell me what I see and hear.
He's being kept in a large tube. It's a lot bigger than he is. He is still a young baby mind flayer. He is scared. He is... Oh shit, here we go. This is crazy. He is, however, very much in tune with his mind. So what do you see? You see through his eyes?
No, I'm like
And
a I assume like a third person view, like a security camera watching him.
Okay. His eyes are bright blue. Bright blue. And as you look at him, the skull in your pocket begins to vibrate just very subtly.
Oh.
And that's what you get.
Okay. After that, or as I'm watching that, so I can keep that up for 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm going to also cast another spell. I'm going to cast Ascending to Zergo. So if he's on the same plane, it goes through. Yeah. So I'm going to cast, or say to Zergo, Zergo, this is Stag. I don't know where you are, but I will find you and free you soon. And he can respond if he wants.
Matt, you were Zergo's person. What would he say?
Yes, great. Good call. I should be Zergo. He would say, I'm terrified. What's going on? Where am I? What's happening? Please come help me. Where's Ignis? Oh my god. I need Ignis.
And it cuts off.
Stag, where are
Yeah.
you? Come help me. Save me.
And it cuts off, yeah.
After 25 words, it cuts off.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, group, you are pulling this guy with you. He seems to have eagerly given you some information that he was not giving the elephants. What are you doing now? You're pulling him towards your ship. Are you pulling him? Are you going to kill him? Are you going to
I don't know. I mean, Booter, you take the lead here. I want to get rid of him, so
I don't really care.
we could just leave him tied up somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just ruthlessly murdering someone is just like bad karma.
Well, we either gotta free him or murder him. I feel like anything in between is pointless.
I mean, what do you think, Turgan?
Man, I don't know. If you think it's the right idea, then let's do it.
Booter, your call, man.
Why is it my call?
No, Booter, I'm saying.
I mean,
He does have secret mind flare powers. I'm going to turn to him and I'm going to say, look, man, can you help us find our buddy Stag?
Sure.
tell you what.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
So he sounds like the guy with the mustache from The Simpsons. I got it.
Yes, I can.
I'm gonna say the second we locate our friend Stag, I will let you go. You have my word. And you saw how much I hate mind flares, so you know how much that will pain me.
He's not going to be able to help you find Stag, but yeah, sure, I'll help you. I think he's this way, and he points.
Well, I don't know. Do I believe
he
him?
Points up. Yeah, let's do that. He tries to convince you with an 8.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling a insight.
14.
You do not believe he's going to be very helpful.
I chop his head off.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, if you want to, dude, go for it. I don't know. I think we're just wasting time.
Yeah, I agree. I keep pushing him in front of us, but I understand now that he won't help us find Stag. I don't kill him or anything yet.
As you push him,
we're just looking for Stag at this point.
Turgan, give me a perception check. This will be the last one for this guy, I think.
Okay. Perception is a 12.
This guy seems to have like that dusty polleny shit all over his cloak. It looks like every time you touch him, you get a little bit of this. Maybe your nose gets a little bit congested. Some sort of weird dust, yellowy, bluish green, sort of polleny dust.
Seems
I know that dust.
Yeah. All right. Well, where are you guys gonna head towards now, trying to find Stag?
I don't know. Does anyone have
Stag,
any ideas?
you're no longer invisible because you broke your concentration. Your thing is you're muted.
I'm gonna say to my friends.
I'm not invisible. It's been
I'm gonna
more
say to
than
my
an
friends,
hour.
I can try and locate him again. It didn't work last time, but we've moved around a lot, so maybe
I think
we'll
give it
find
a
him.
shot.
All right, I'm gonna
In the
try that again.
meantime, yeah, I think for me it's like if we bring this guy to Stag, it'll give him a sense of closure. And then if Stag
Yeah, I
wants to
agree.
kill him, great.
That's true. And that might give Stag, especially now that we've seen the dust, that might give Stag some satisfaction, and it can be my apology. Plus, I love watching a mind flare get killed. I don't give a shit about that.
There you go.
All right, so I try and find Stag again. I'll see if it'll work this time.
Well, it doesn't
Have
have to
we-
be. You said it has to be
Within
linear.
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet in a radius. So I mean,
Right?
it's also a 10-minute thing. So we're not chasing him anymore. So I can just
Right.
walk around for 10 minutes and see if I can find him within that frame, and then whatever time's remaining, I can try and track the trail if he's standing still.
Well, it doesn't have to be linear.
No, it's a radius. So it's a circle
I don't know.
from where I am.
Where are you headed?
So he's not in the initial 1,000 feet. I'm just going to spend the next 10 minutes wandering the town and seeing if I can pick up his trail. I guess I'll take a zigzag pattern to try and maximize efficiency. I'll walk up this main path.
I mean, just so you know, before you start doing all that, Stag told me he would meet up with us tomorrow. Do we just want to go back to the ship
Ah, yeah, that's fine.
and sleep?
Could take you
I
a
just didn't know if he would be okay. We can find him. Let's take this guy. I'll take first watch.
Okay, let's take this guy back to the ship. We'll stick him in the hold, and we'll sleep it off. I think we had a good day. We spent a lot of time trying to figure this out. We learned some things.
Stag, are you still in the bookstore?
Yeah. Yeah, it'd still be in there.
The old man is gonna say, "Oh, I'm just gonna close up shop here for a moment," and he's gonna open up his door. He's gonna see you sitting there next to the brooms and the closets,
Staring at a mirror.
staring at a mirror, and he's gonna say, "Son, what are you doing here?"
Oh, sorry. He's gonna take a big breath and look up. I got some really bad news and just need a place to be alone for a moment.
He's gonna pull out a
Sorry.
handkerchief. He's gonna pull out a handkerchief with his nose, hand it to you.
No,
Continue, my
he'll
son.
take it.
Tell me.
the love of my life. Her head was just delivered in a box.
Terrible. Terrible.
And then I saw people who I thought were friends mutilate her head as they held me away.
Are you sure
I
that
don't know
that's
what to do.
Are you sure that that's what happened?
It's what I remember.
Well, listen to me, son. Wanderer. That's what you are, wanderer. No
Thompson.
soul was ever forged to walk the world alone. The threads of fate are woven strongest in the company of others. Don't you understand this? Friends, enemies, or not. Return to your circle, for in their fire your spirit will remember its shape. Trust me. And in their shadows you will find the path the good lords have set before you. Now go back to the group that you came with. I'm sure they can explain their happening. Don't be so weak.
All right. I knew Loxodon were wise. You just didn't know you were this wise. Sorry for coming in here without you knowing, but thank you for your kindness. And I'll hand him back the nasty used handkerchief.
And he's going to say, here, take this. This will cheer you up. He hands you a ways to use your nose, a Loxodon comic book or joke book. All right, the group is back at the ship. This took a lot longer than I had thought and anticipated. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you so much for fucking
What did
just
I do?
destroying this entire session. And no, it's good. It's good. We had a lot happened there. The group is waiting at the ship. When you get to the ship, you get your items. There's a crate waiting for you with your items. I will send you the item information for next week, but as requested, Turgan, you get your shoulder hit +1, and you get some sort of I think you wanted some sort of like either force damage or from last time. I have to look back exactly what you wanted, but your shoulder is going to have some sort of, it's going to have a +1 to the damage, but it's also going to have a 1d4 special type of damage added to it. So it'll be like either +1, with a force damage or fire damage or whatever, but that's not going to be in your control. It'll be random every time you use it.
This is with the dragon tooth, right?
Yes, the dragon tooth. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's what that is. You also get your axes. I think you left 1 or 2 axes.
1 axe.
1 axe. You wanted that to have fire on it, so you will get a plus 1d6 fire damage with that 1 axe that you have. Booterbot, your dragon blood in a Warforged. We don't know exactly about that yet because you haven't decided whether or not you want to do that, but you get a shield. Now remind me what you wanted your shield to have with it, unless I have it in my here. Dawn's Fire Axe, Dragon Force shield. You wanted a Force shield. So magical force.
Yeah, I used a leader of the ancient amethyst dragon blood, which is a force dragon. And you can get back to me on what that means if you need a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So a force shield. And everyone will be able to take their long rest. We're gonna end at some point soon.
So after
yeah.
Stag leaves that bookshop,
Mhm.
he's gonna slowly wander the town, the city. And the first place where he can get alcohol, he's gonna just start getting hammered and just drink all night before showing back up at the ship in the morning.
All right.
So I'll take that level of exhaustion.
Okay. And drunk.
Yeah, drunk.
All right. And that's where I think we'll call it. Tonight's session was a little bit slow. I had originally anticipated you guys joining the thing, having this happen really quickly, and going on to your next adventure. We haven't figured out quite yet, and it's okay. We left it open. You guys still have. There's a couple things left to figure out, but we'll wait for next time. But I think when you guys get to talking about what each person has seen, it'll open up. But just remember, over the last 2 sessions, the White Skull side quest is open, and I'll send this to the group chat. The White Skull, the Black Skull, the Gray Skull, and the pretty much all of them are open. From last session, Adam, you weren't there. That was a heavy fight session. Well, it was a puzzle and fight session. Booterbot, and I forgot to add this to the recap. Booterbot got transported to another plane by the Dark Knight that he was fighting, and he saw Aranis with the Red Skull. So you guys sort of know where all the skulls are at least. The blue one is sort of still up in question. Something tells me you'll figure that out next time. But until then, roll high and subscribe. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Next week we'll definitely have a lot more fighting. I'm gonna make it so that